Welcome to Matific. In this video, we'll give you an overview of Matific. Let's start with the student login. As you can see, there are 4 islands. Assigned work is where activities that you assign as schoolwork or homework are available to your students. Parents can also sign up for an account and assign activities, but you can turn off this feature if you prefer. We'll do that later in this video. In Training Zone, students can choose their level and train their skills on different topics. In Arena, students can compete with other students or the computer. You can also host games in Arena. We'll do that later in the video. In Adventure Island, Matific assigns artificially intelligence chosen activities to students according to their skill level. Students are given a placement test to determine their skill level before they start Adventure Island. Students earn rewards when they complete activities and can use them to customize their avatar and aircraft. Let's jump into the teacher area. When you log in, if you've already set up your class, then you're taken to the dashboard. The dashboard gives you an overview of your class and students. Select your class. Right away, you can see work progress for assigned work. You can see which students are working, have completed activities, and who has not yet started. You can also see where your students are spending their time. Ideally, you want them working on schoolwork and homework that you have assigned, but Adventure Island is great as well. Here, you can see which students need help or who is excelling so that you can provide them with some extra support or more challenging activities. Here you can compare your class's average score with your country's average score by topic. There is also a class leaderboard if you're having an in-class competition. And here you will see any student and class achievements and other insights that may be helpful, such as who hasn't logged in for a number of days. Now let's move on to class management, and we're going to go to Manage My Classes. All the classes that you have access to will be available here. If there are any changes you need to make to a class, you can click the 3 dots and go to Manage Class Details. Here you can change the class's name, year level, and add any teachers that are attached to the school as a team teacher to your class. This will then give them access to assigned work as well. Under Advanced Settings, you can change the preferred curriculum and your default view of activities and reports. The main setting here is your ability to enable or disable access to different features for your students, including the ability to disable parent-assigned activities. To add a class, click Add Class. You can click Add Your Class or import your class with Google Classroom. Click Add Your Class. Enter your class's name and the year level and save it. And you're all good to go for adding students to that class. To view the students in your class, you can either go through Class Management and Manage My Students, or click on the number of students in the class. Here you can see the names of your students, the current group that they're in, username and password. And this is where you can invite parents or guardians to sign up for a parent account. Enter their email address and they'll be sent an email. Once they have signed up, you will see a green tick here. For each student, you can click the 3 dots and you'll see different options. Student certificate, parent report, parent letter, and login cards can now be emailed directly to parents. You can also edit student details. If there was a spelling error, you can change that here. You can change their username or password. And Matific has over 40 different languages, so you can change the language for a student if required. Learning level is about Adventure Island. If perhaps the student was given some extra assistance from a sibling and is on too high a level, you can change that here. Weekly Quest is the number of minutes that you want your students to aim to cover in Matific during a week. The options that are available via the 3 dots are also available for multiple students when you select them by checking their boxes. The one to be most conscious of is to delete an account. Once a student's account is deleted, it can't be undone. So please be extra careful with this option. If you wish to set up groups, you can do so under Manage Groups. We highly recommend that groups are set up as it can be easier for you to assign activities. You can't assign one student in 2 groups. Select the students to add to a group and create. If you wish to add more students to a group, go into the group, select the students and save. Once your students are all set up, we're going to assign them activities. Please note that even if you don't assign any activities, students can still enjoy a personalised learning path through our AI-driven recommendations in Adventure Island, compete with other students in Arena, or practice their skills in Training Zone. Go to Activities, find Activities. You can use the Week selector to select a week to assign activities. Click the cog to set your default assignment settings. You can choose the day and time that you would like the activities to become available to your students, the day and the week that you want the activities to show as due, and if you want the activities to be automatically removed or to never expire, so you can remove them manually. You can also set your default for homework or schoolwork. Let's browse the activities. You can browse under Matific topics or a particular curriculum. You can filter the activities by 1 or more year levels. Let's have a look at addition. We've got Year 3 activities at the top and Year 4 below. You can expand any of these sections to view activities. The calendar icon will show you when the activity was assigned or is due to be assigned. Click Assign. It will be assigned to the selected week and to the whole class, but you can also assign activities only to a group or to a student. Click an activity to preview it. All our activities except word problems are different sets of questions every time your students complete them. Therefore, you want to encourage your students to redo activities. Not only does this help cement the concept, but it also gives you better reporting. Here you can see exactly which part of the curriculum the activity covers, and it's also worth seeing whether there are any lesson plans or teacher tips available. You can click Play with Class to set this up as an arena game for your students, or just assign it. You can demonstrate the activity in full screen if you'd like to show your students how the activity works. You can also search for activities. Maybe you want to try some fractions. This is going to show you all the fraction activities. Or maybe you are doing space as a topic in class. You can also search for that. We highly recommend that you check out our workshops. These are teaching tools that you can use to demonstrate different concepts. Let's look at Manage Activities. Under Manage Activities, you can see current activities and activities scheduled in advance. You can expand and view these activities. You can hover over this circle to view how many students have completed the activity. Click the circle to view their current and previous scores for the activity. You can also personalise activities. This allows you to view any scores of students who have completed an activity, students who haven't yet completed it, and the students who don't currently have the activity assigned. This is ideal if you have assigned an activity to a group, but later decide that you wish to assign it to some other students as well. Click the empty box to assign the activity. For students who have completed, their score will be shown. Back in the normal view, you can edit the assignment, assign as homework or schoolwork, or unassign. Now let's look at reporting. We are going to focus on the two main reports we have. Let's start with the assigned work report. Here you can see any assigned work. You can view the report by the due date or the start date and use the filters as required. You can see your students and the activities available under different dates. Hover over to see how many were assigned and how many were completed. Click on the bar to view more details. If there are multiple attempts, you can hover over the icon to view a graph which shows each attempt and score. You can click a student's name to view an in-depth report, and you can expand these activities for more information. The other is the performance report, and this covers all areas within the program. You can view the report by the curriculum or the program and use the filters as required. By default, class average is compared with the global average, but you can change that. Here you can view the topics at a student level. Click a topic to view subtopics. You can click a student's name to view an in-depth report. You can see the score breakdown. You can get the same reporting as from the assigned work report. All reports can also be exported, but we suggest that you export reports for the whole class. Live Classroom allows you to engage with students better by monitoring their progress and status in real time. At a glance, you can see which students are online, offline, struggling, and not progressing. You can see which activity your students are participating in and how well they are doing it. Click a tab to filter students by their current status. Click the Active tab again to return to the default view. Finally, we want to touch on a few areas that may be helpful. You can click Explore Student View to see what the student view looks like. A Help Centre is there to help you with any questions you have. It is organised by different sections, but you can directly search for your problem. Our articles will walk you through your queries. Please don't forget to leave us any feedback. We also have a chat feature at the bottom. The answers are the same as our Help Centre, but we also have a 24-hour email. And as long as one of our customer success team is online, you can get in contact via chat. We're here to help you with any queries you have, so please do get in touch. Thank you.